people, welcome to another edition of the TOD show. I am your host, Odonla Abayomi. And I have on the show today with me an advocate for women and girl child in Africa. She has been an amazing woman, making impacts across Africa and Nigeria to be specific. I have on the show today with me Alhaja Roheemah Lawal. Welcome, Alhaja. It's nice to have you.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Can we meet you, Alhaja Roheemah?
My name is Roheemah Lawal. I'm an advocate for women and girl child.
Wow. So why did you choose this path, Alhaja?
To start with, actually I studied animal production as my first degree. Then as time goes on, due to age, I was still young, and I went further to study social works. Then when I started working and seeing some things going on across the community, and I started to go for a course, strategics and criminology. So what really prompts me to start advocating for women and girl child is after being a resource person for a particular organization. Actually, they called me for a seminar as a facilitator. Then after the seminar, the organization chose me to be their resource person as a whole. Then in 2022, USAID and UNICEF founded a program in Lagos State. The center of campaign is Ikorodu on its own. So then I took interest. So that was when I founded my own NGO, Voice for Women and Girl Child.
Oh wow, you have your own NGO. Okay.
Yes.
What's the name again?
Voice for Women and Girl Child.
Girl Child. How was your experience when you worked with UNICEF?
It was interesting, challenging, and encouraging, because there are some things you don't expect to happen on here that happened.
Really?
So, and when you talk of education, you know UNICEF is always on ground to help children on education. But the center of campaign is abuse, basically abuse. That's when we find out that father abuses girl child, uncle abuses girl child, brother abuses sister, and all like that.
Family issues.
Exactly.
Child
The abuse starts from home. Exactly.
Okay, so Alhaja, did you actually practice the criminology part of your education?
My center of concentration is child trafficking and child abuse, but a little part of criminology is being studied. The only thing that I studied in the criminology is what they taught us was when a child is lying and when a child is trying to be stealing, you know, all this little style of picking something that does not belong to. So when the child is talking, based on experience, I will know if this child is lying or the child is saying the truth.
Amazing.
Exactly.
So in Lagos State as a whole, there's this particular organization against
violence against
yes,
women and
exactly.
child.
You're a member of the
Exactly.
association as well.
Exactly.
So what does it take to be a member of such association?
Mine was actually an appointment because I didn't know I was going to be a member. I actually went for a program at Alhausa. Then before I know, a lady spoke with me that was I the one who came for a seminar as a facilitator and all that we want you to be part of the program, this and that. The campaign actually started from Yaba local government, WAPA, Women Alleviating Poverty Association, something like that. Then their HOS spoke with me on phone that I should please be part of the Lagos State End Violence and Women and Girl Child. So, and since then, when they call on me, I go, and before you know it,
that's service to humanity.
Exactly.
So, Alhaja, can you just give us a brief about the involvement of Lagos State government, to be specific, concerning child trafficking?
The government is not in support of child abuse and child trafficking. We have helplines, we have department for violence for women, department for child trafficking, department for abuse on its own in Lagos State, and they have helplines too.
So for you to
know exactly, so for you to know that
child abuse.
There is
The
an
line
helpline
to
you call.
call
Yes.
different
Yes, from the
other ones.
for abuse in the home, domestic violence is different.
Okay, Alhaja, I have a question actually. When it comes to domestic violence, we know that a lot of times women are being involved.
That is
like
the major case.
the
We
husband
tackle in Lagos.
beating the wife or slapping or verbal abuse.
Yes.
Sometimes it might not be physical abuse. Is there any case of the woman abusing the husband? Have you come across such cases?
Stylishly, women, they abuse husband. Honestly,
Is it verbal or physical?
Verbal. Ours is verbal. You know, women like nagging.
So nagging is a form of abuse.
Honestly, if you nag, the man will see you as, what's wrong with you? Why are you talking to me this way? Do you understand? Like my own husband, he loves someone to respect him very much. And if you use any other language for him, like he will look at you and he'll tell you that you are disrespecting me as if I'm a child. You understand what I'm saying? So in the house, women abuse their husband too. There are 3 types of abuse: sexual, emotional, and physical abuse. Physical abuse is mostly common in women. You know, you stood up to a man, you talk to him anyhow. Mostly when we have cases in our office, if a woman is to come first, ours is woman rights. Okay. When it comes to a woman and girl child, personally, I'm a fighter. I don't take chances. I listen to you just like a plaintiff in the court. When you first go to the court to report a case, before you know, you are the reporter, but you are the one guilty. But because you are the first person to report, they will see you as, this is the applicant. Let's listen to the person. You understand me? So mostly if you see cases like that, I personally used to call women to talk to them that what really happened, tell me. And if it's a case that the woman is at fault, I used to tell them, you're at fault, but what did you want me to do? If your husband come here, we will use woman for him. We will take chances. Then before you know, he will come down. But this case on ground, you are at fault. If it's the kind of woman that wants to succumb, to come down and listen, she will take our blame and she will tell you that, okay, I just come to report. What do you want us to do? Then we invite the husband, come. This is what had happened. This is what had happened. But we won't tell the man that the woman is at fault. Then it is when the woman had left, they will call the husband, come. This is the way you handle the woman. This is what happened. This is what happened. But some women, they see it as women rights. You want to fight for us. You need to fight for us. You need to do this. You need to do that. Then we tell them, if this case is taken beyond what you think, you are going to lose. So mostly if people tell me something, I used to tell them, this case, before you know, we'll go to Jedel. Before you know, it will go to court. Then before you know, after court, it's separation. Let's see what's going on. But 80% of the abuse in Lagos State is from men.
80%?
Honestly, it's from men.
So the remaining 20% is from the women. Honestly. And it's usually verbal abuse.
Verbal abuse. Can you beat a man? Not possible.
That's true.
You can't beat a man.
So, Alhaja, you mentioned something about Ijede, courts and all of that. So there are procedures for...
No, you can't just pick someone and say, this is my judgment. When they bring case to our office, we have a link in Ikeja, Ijede. Ijede is an area command. Okay. So then we report there. After that, then we take the case to court.
Okay, so Alhaja, I want to make an instance. If I have a neighbor that is being abused, I can report on the person's behalf, right? By
who? Oh yeah, it's your right. Okay. There are 4 things in child trafficking. There are 4 words that we tell people to do: speak out, campaign, get involved, and do what you can. So by reporting, you are doing what you can do, and you are also getting involved.
So it's allowed for me to
Exactly, report. It's your neighbor. Wow. Then you report. When you report, we take charge.
Okay, and then the woman can also walk down to any of your
why not?
To report.
Exactly.
Okay, Alhaja, something happened recently, like I think 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine, because she knows I'm always on social media talking about women and all of that as well. Okay. So she sent me a message and she was like, she called me. I said anytime she can, but unfortunately I was not around. I was not available, and then she sent me WhatsApp messages and voice notes. She said she went to the popular Balogun market around that Idumota. You know the way Lagos Island. You know the way these Igbo people. I don't want to say Igbo people. The people in the market generally, they could be Yoruba, they could be Igbo. But they are mostly Igbo guys. The way they pull women in the market, like,
yes,
that thing is is so annoying.
Very,
And you know,
very.
most of the time, women don't even like when you touch them, especially during this COVID period.
Exactly.
So she said as she was walking down the market, the street close to, I think, Idumota or so, that the guy was dragging her, come. That she was like, leave me alone, leave me alone. Then I don't know what happened. Maybe she just jacked the guy or something. Then the guy slapped her.
Oh my God.
And then she had
Bruise
blood
on her face.
her face was actually, her eyeballs was actually bleeding. She sent me evidence. She sent me pictures. So she called me and she wanted me to get legal people to get involved in the whole situation. So I was like, okay, just let me talk to one or two people. So now, meeting you, Alhaja, what do you think can be done to this abuse that women face in the market in Yaba, Tejo, Lagos Island, Idumota? What can be done actually?
There is something I want to say before I say anything concerning it. That's open market. Such thing happens to anybody. I'm not saying that slap happens to everybody.
Yes.
Dragging, calling people. Myself, I do visit Lagos Island and other markets too. But mostly, I used to go with, if my husband is not around, I go with man. Please follow me. Let's go together. So that if anything happens, you can help me out. You understand? But in our own case, on that very day, she would have gone to the nearest police station to report. This is Lagos, and your own mobile number is not stipulated only for you and your environs. It's for everybody that wants to call you. So the helpline will definitely go through from that station too.
Wow.
So she should have gone to the nearest police station on that very day to report. I'm very sure the guy will be arrested. He will be arrested.
So such issues are being frowned against.
Exactly. Why would you slap someone because she's not buying something from you? It's immoral. How would you just drag someone? It happens like that in this open markets. Come and buy something, come and buy something. Then personally, I do tell them that, okay, I'm not buying. I know where I'm going. Do you understand? But if you persist following me, I do tell them, I will shout. You understand? So it happens like that. So the best thing is that she should have gone to the nearest police station on that very day.
So do we have certain departments in regular police stations that attend to abuse?
Definitely.
Is it in all police stations? Or
Definitely. Abuse.
So aside from calling,
the most sweetest part of it is that if the DPO of that particular station is now a woman, come on, the case is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Aside from the regular civilian issues of maybe people are fighting, theft and all of that, so every police station in Lagos State would actually attend to abuse.
Exactly. But the major center is Ikeja.
Why in Ikeja? Is it in Alausa?
Exactly.
Oh, okay, because people might be watching.
But they will tell you that, where are you calling from? I'm calling from so area. Then don't go to the nearest police station. Then from there,
know that they can actually go to Alausa and report. Is that
go to www.endviolenceagainstwomen and girl child.
www.endviolenceagainstwomen and girl child.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, so we'll make that scroll on the screen for anybody that needs that information.
Exactly.
All right, Alhaja, we need to go on a quick commercial break and then we'll come back to discuss further on child trafficking.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back from the break, and I still have on the show with me Alhaja Roheemah. Alhaja, before we went on the commercial break, we were discussing child trafficking.
Yes.
Do you feel the government is actually doing well enough concerning trafficking, Lagos State government and Nigeria as a whole?
Yes, the government is really trying and is putting its best to help people on child trafficking. Child trafficking is moving children on an illegal journey from their place of abode to another place. There was a case we handled 2 months ago of a 9-year-old boy. The mom's aunt. So the mother, I think the woman is a single mother. Then she wholeheartedly gave her own son to her aunt. Then take my child to Lagos. And after the child being brought down to Lagos, with the intention that the child will go to school, will do other things, you understand, as promised by the hands before bringing the boy down to
Lagos.
Lagos. Before you know, the boy started walking. Then something happens when we intervene. I actually saw the picture on my phone. Then I mailed someone that who is taking charge of this case. Then someone told me that the case has been brought to Ijede. Then I was not in Lagos and I said, I'm interested in this case. How old is this boy? It's a 9-year-old. Then I'm interested. I will have to come down. Then my boss told me that someone is in charge. Can they calm down? I said, don't worry. You know, he's a small child. We need to know what is going on. Then when we saw the woman, Madam, who is this boy to you? Said, yeah, my sister Pekin. Wow, your sister Pekin. So what's going on? You need to treat this boy like your own child. Said, I didn't have money to take him to school and all that. Then why did you turn him like this? She beat the boy mercilessly because of 200 naira. He actually asked the boy to hawk. Then one thing led to the other. Maybe the boy spent the money. According to what the boy was talking, I knew that I picked out the criminology part of it. Where did you keep the money? When I was hungry, I spent the money. Then I told her, Madam, if this boy had eaten before leaving home, he wouldn't have spent your 200 naira. Then, two offense. He's not going to school. He's hawking. Then you beat him mercilessly because of 200 naira. Come on. Then they took up the case like that. Before you know, it was taken from Ijede down to Alausa. And after then, I had to shift back that this is exactly what I want. Then they take charge, honestly.
Okay, so we see a lot of young people, well, they might be older than 9, hawking and selling in traffic. It's actually against the government's
honestly
policies and rules.
Exactly.
But are they making efforts towards?
The government is trying to putting in our best to ensure that every child attends school. That is why we have UNICEF, and that's why we have USAID too. Sometimes you just see UNICEF organize a program basically on education, that we want child to go to school. Like there's this organization, NGO, that I am part. It is called OPAL, Organization for Poverty of Children with Non-Parent and all that. It is led by the one philanthropist. She's an Alhaja. Before, there is a school in Makoko right now. She had to sew uniform for 100 children.
Wow.
At the moment, we delivered it. So the government is against it, and there are some organizations that they are also on top of the game. We don't want children loitering around without education.
Okay, so also we have some adults as well that they do trafficking and they feel they are helping the child. Like an instance that you just made, the auntie brought him down to Lagos and all of that. I feel government should be able to sensitize people, like let them know that this is actually not, because a lot of people do it, especially people in this
eastern part of
yes, they feel they are helping you, but in the main sense they're actually abusing that child.
Exactly.
So do you feel the government or more NGOs should be involved in advising or guiding people?
Exactly. We do tell people that if your child of, let me say, 5-year-old to 11 years old cannot be under your abode, then ensure that that child is given to the right person, not just anyhow.
So can there be a legal procedure for such things?
It's your family. It's your a guardian. If you have if you visit motherless babies home, that is why they are motherless. You see rich men, they go to motherless home and adopt them and treat them well.
So in the case of adoption, I think they actually do.
Exactly. Exactly, because we have some mothers. I was on a transit yesterday. Then I was listening to a woman behind me saying that a girl in the motherless baby's home, I won't mention name. Then I picked it up. So the lady alighted at Maryland. I did same with her because I want to meet her. She is a nurse. She said they visited a motherless baby's home. A particular nanny was breastfeeding a baby. Then their boss stopped the woman. Why are you breastfeeding this baby? I thought she was telling them of a movie behind. Then I looked back. So immediately I removed my ID card so that she would continue talking. Then when she alighted at Maryland, I alighted with her. Tell me more about it. She said that they went to visitation at this particular place. And when was that? She said 2 weeks ago. The woman is a nurse. Then I said, what did you see? She said they saw a woman, a nanny, breastfeeding a particular child. She is the mother of that child, but the mother cannot afford to take care of the baby. Then she took the baby to the motherless baby's home. Then I told her that she has even done well, not dumping her there for someone else to adopt her. Whoever come to adopt a child in motherless baby's home, go through protocols, law, legal, police, and every other person. Then witnesses, they will sign. You understand?
So is it acceptable for someone with a mother alive to drop the child?
It is not. It is illegal. I told her. I said, if I want to take it
Because
off. Then the nurse was telling me that, he will ask you, where did you know about it? You understand? The orphanage home is a well-known orphanage home. Then the nurse told me, Alhaja, they will ask you, where did you hear about it? I said, I was in the bus and you were talking about it. Then I heard, then I will go. You understand? So it is sometimes it sounds ridiculous. You understand? So that is why some women find it difficult to take good care of their children. Then you pick up your child to someone else. Then before you know, the person is treating your child the way and manner you cannot treat your child, because you cannot afford to take good care of the child.
Are there any financial policies to support women who cannot take care of their children? So far, or they are working?
The only one I witnessed was for only widows, which I was a resource person at Yaba local government. The Yaba chairman, Mr. Omiyale, actually did well. He did well. And I told, death, it is inevitable. Anybody can die. Then I told some ladies at the range of 28 to 35, you are still young, you can still get married. Don't see this as an opportunity to come and rip the government every time that I'm going to this local government to pick up something. You understand? All because you wanted to get something. You can still get married and get married to a responsible man that can take care of your children. Any man that did not see your children as priority, do not go for such man. I told them on that very day.
So there's actually
that was International Widows Day, July 23rd last year.
Is it just in that local government, Alhaja?
No, it happens in every local government, but that is the only local government I was available. Other ones called me, but I was only available because they have informed me earlier that I will come to facilitate them as a resource person and all that.
So as a widow in Lagos State,
yes,
you can actually go to your local government with evidence that you're a widow.
Exactly.
And then
WAPA has program for widows in Lagos State.
Okay.
They have
there's no
program.
Such program for women that cannot take care of their children because they have husbands. The government is not responsible for that. Why
the government does not even support a lazy woman? You understand? Every woman should be on top of their will. You understand? You won't sit down there and expect man to bring everything to you. That is what causes domestic violence sometimes. When you sit down in the house and expect a man to do everything for you.
Sometimes the man is already frustrated.
Oh my God! How can you imagine someone that is coming from the office tired, frustrated? Then you now come home. We've not buy this. We've not buy that. The children need it. Before you know.
So you can actually instigate.
Exactly. Anger. Exactly. And some women, I told you earlier that some domestic violence are caused by women, but 80% from men. But the only thing that women cause is that they nag, and when you nag, the man took it personal. Before you know, started fighting the house. So,
Alhaja, it's been an interesting and informative session so far.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We need to wrap up the show now.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much too.
It's a wrap today on the TOD show, and it's been an informative session with Alhaja. She's been able to tell us how Lagos State government frowns against child trafficking and how they provided financial support for widows in Lagos State. Thank you for watching the TOD show. I remain your host, Odola Abayomi.